Hello. Hi. I hope everyone joined who wanted to join. So we waited for like 5, 10 minutes, 8 minutes. So we'll start. So everyone uh, so are everyone done the assignment too? Uh, so uh, so this is the week 2 of the course, and uh, we will be covering all these things like applications layer, domain name systems, and application layer, website designing, then um, HTTP, FTP, and XMTP in this week. So if you have any doubt in the last week's content or last week's assignment, they may reach out to me now. Like they can ask the doubt now, and I'll try to resolve it. Volume is very low, can't hear. Uh, is it audible now, or do I need to speak? Let me give me 1 second. I'll just connect my earphones. Is it better now? Is it better now, the audio? Uh, Vaishali, is the audio better now? No, can't. Maybe I think yeah, I have connected my earphones. I think uh it's a me sorry. It's trouble from your side. I'm joining today. Okay. So I think it's trouble from your side. Please, uh, fix it from your side. I think so. Everyone else, can you listen me? Are you able to hear me? Everyone else? Okay. So everyone is saying that the audio is clear, but yeah, Vaishali, just check it from your side. Give me a second. I will. Sir, can I get last week's session's recorded video? Yes, you can. I think I have already uploaded to my YouTube channel, so you can get it from here. Uh, I'm not sure how to share this. Uh, yep. Okay, so so okay, so has anyone have any questions or doubts regarding the plastics content, or like is there anything that need to be discussed? Otherwise, I will move on to the next week's content and try to summarize the same. If you have any doubt in the assignments or anything, you can ping me now. Ask me now. Yep. Okay, so I guess no doubt is there. So in this week we will be covering the file transfer protocol, HTTP, SMTP, and uh, HTTP, SNTP, and your basic text internet access. But I will be not be covering everything because it's already there in the lecture. I'll try to cover HTTP and HTTPS as well as the HTML content that is there. So uh, taking time to open.
Recording in progress.
Okay, so I think I have set up the, so I hope my screen is visible. So, uh, so we'll start with the week two's content. That is your like things. So first we will be learning about HTTP, then HTML, then we'll learn about so HTTP and HTTPS. If time permits, we will go for FTP. What we will not be covering, that is SMTP. Yeah, I think SMTP is the only one we will not be covering. And if the time don't permit, we will not be also covering the FTP as well. Okay, so uh, this session will also be uploaded to YouTube channel, yes, but not now. It will take time. Okay. So this is let's say like this is uh, yeah. So let's say this is my computer here, and this is your computer, and let's say like this is Google's computer. So whenever you see this thing like this Google homepage on your screen, like whenever you request for the Google homepage, so what happens is that first you need to know that where Google is there. So first you need to ask Google that. So first you need to establish a connection. So you say, "Hi, I want to have a connection." Okay. So then Google replies with, "Okay, you can have a connection." Then it asks for Google's homepage. Then Google returns homepage. That is this screen. The search works. Then Google, here your photo, your account, and here a bunch of links, search button, and all these things. So in this session, we'll learn how this web page is getting populated in your how this web page is coming from so in this session, we'll learn how this web page is coming from Google's computer to your computer. Okay. Yes, Bisudhanda Jena. So yes, this session will be uploaded to the YouTube channel. So if you're if you follow the channel, like subscribe the channel, you will be able to get the notification of the upload. Yeah. So it's not like that. So yeah. So we'll discuss about this. So it's not like that. You will be It's not like that you will be saying, "Hello, Google, give me this page," and Google will provide you. Since these things are do not require any login or anything, you can get all these things very easily. Like anyone can get this page if they request. But there are some things such as your Facebook account or your Instagram account. If you request for that, the Instagram server will ask for you for your identification and ID and password. Then only it will give you the home page. But since we are dealing with the simple things, we'll first start with the Google's working, where how Google is getting its homepage. Like when you request for the homepage of Google, what happens under the hood? Okay, so all these things need to be all these things need to be guided by some rules, guided by some protocols, and for this web browsing, the protocol name is HTTP. HTTP. It stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol. And so what happens is that, so what is hypertext? Hypertext is the text that is written for web page. So the text is called HTML, if you know. That is hypertext markup language. So the protocol that is needed to transfer or Sahili Harshita, don't draw anything on the screen, please. So the protocol that is needed to transfer this uh, HTTP content across client and server is called HTTP. So this is the hypertext transfer protocol, and we'll be learning this first. Then we'll go to the HTML stuff. Okay. So in the HTTP, so what happens is that first, and there are like different types of HTTP protocols. So I'll list them down now one by one. So uh, give me a second. Uh, yeah. So yeah, before going to the protocols, like I'll start with what is this the basic setup. The basic setup is that so HTTP protocol, like and enhances or facilitates the communication between the web browser and the web servers. So this is your web browser. So this is your client. This is web browser, and this is server. Okay, and it is an application layer protocol. HTTP is an application layer protocol. Since it is working in the browser, it's an application layer protocol, and all these things. So this HTTP uses underlying the HTTP uses underlying protocol, that is TCP. So we'll learn about that later, but just just think about this HTTP first, like how this browser gets its web page. So that is the first things uh, uh, of internet. So how this works. So it's like it's a basic setup, as I said earlier. It's a client and server setup. So client always sends a request. So since you are the client, so your client means your browser is the client. So all the browsers in the world are the client, and the server that returns the reply is the server. So it's like a restaurant setup where you are the customer and you are asking for some food. The 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 waiter or the server serves you with the same food that you have asked for. So this is the setup, like this is the setup in the internet as well. This is the client and server setup, where you ask for something, then it delivers you. Okay, the client and server setup. So this can also, like, support multiple. So first you need to establish a connection. This is client, this is server. So for the data to flow between client and server, first you need to create a bridge, create a path for that, right? So you create a path first that, then once the path is established, then you can ask for multiple requests, and in response you can get multiple responses, and once these things is done, this connection will be closed. Okay, the connection to the server will be closed. So what happens is that you always start a connection to the server, then you transfer the data between them, then you close the server, because server, when you are connecting to a server allocates specific resources such as RAM and system's memory and disk space and processing powers for their connection. You shouldn't open the connection for longer time. So actually it's not in your hand. The server automatically uh, close down the connection from your behalf, and so from its side, so that you cannot send any more request to that. Okay, so there are several ways it can close the connection. So we will learn about that later in the course. Okay, so um yeah uniform resource locator, controller, interpreters. Yeah, so URL. So this is like the basic setup. Then coming to the URL. So if there is a server, okay, sitting here, that is Google server or google.com. So this thing is called an URL. But this is all like from your childhood days. This is an URL. So there is no science in that. But generally URL doesn't look like that. So it's a human readable version of the URL. But actual URL looks like this. The protocol, the internet protocol that is used, then colon, slash slash, host name, colon, the port it is using, then slash, path. Okay. So you might be asking, like, what is this protocol? So protocol is something like, protocol is something that is used for this internet transaction or internet communication. As we are learning now, this protocol is HTTP. Okay. So this protocol is HTTP, and your host will be your IP address of the server. Port will be the port exposed for that protocol. Then path will be path in the server. Okay. So let's say, so yeah, so this is it. And for your readability, what happens is that for the readability, this host and port, for the readability, this host and port will be exchanged with google.com. Okay, this host and port are renamed now to google.com so that you can read it. Okay, but under the hood, it's always requesting for the host and the port. I'll show you in a second how all these things works. So if I so if you uh, for example, what will be example of complete URL, that will be http colon slash slash that will be www.google.com/home. Okay, so uh, okay, so not home. I think home there is nothing called as Google Home. There is Google Home, but it's not there. So let me rename it to. So the home page will be like this. But if you want to go to the maps, it will be the same thing, slash maps. Okay. So this is the basics of URL. So if anyone has a doubt, they can like ask me now. Okay, I think it is straightforward. So we'll move on to the next part where we will see. Okay, there is something in the question. Sir, what is the agenda for today's meeting? So today's meeting's agenda I have already discussed in the first half. I think you haven't joined in the first half. Let me reiterate the same thing. Like first we'll look into the HTTP protocol. Then we will use HTML language to build a normal page. Uh, uh, Normal page, and then we will go to the FTP time permits. Okay, so someone is writing Parth. What is Parth? Come on. So yeah, so we'll now look into like I said the structure of the URL is like this: host slash port slash path, and this is like by default the home path, and this is the by default the maps path, and if it is in the root directory, it will be just slash and so on. But just if you have any if you have looked into any URL, you must be thinking, uh, I always see google.com, but how about this host and port? I have never seen that. So let me first share this screen for you, my laptop screen for you. So I'll stop share, then I'll share in my laptop screens. Yeah. Okay. So if you open my terminal and go to at ping google.com, you can see this is the IP address that you are getting, right? So as you can see, like so there is an IP address, right? So if I go to this website, this IP address or this URL, and try to read data, like try to go to the Google space, it should be it should be able to uh, we should be able to reach the Google space, right? So I'll go to http colon slash slash, instead of google.com, I'll go here, then colon 80, that is the port for http, and slash, okay, and hit enter. See where we end up? We end up in the google.com, right? So this says that this concludes our discussion on the URL. That URL is in the structure protocol name, then colon slash slash, then IP address, then colon the port number slash the path that we are trying to do. So if I go to http colon slash slash my IP address and do not specify the port, it should still take me to the Google's homepage, because so browsers are intelligent now. They can figure out uh, by themselves uh, what is this protocol and what is the port number should be addressed. Let me go to the maps now. Like there is the IP address slash the protocol, then slash maps. Okay, then you can go to the Google Maps, right? See. So, okay. So anyone have any questions regarding that, like how this URL thing works, and how like we're in this maps now, and yeah. Is there any questions regarding that? You can ask me now. Okay, great. So okay. There's one chat. Sorry, I was watching something on YouTube. I'll just stop share. Okay, so this is all about the URL thing. After the URL thing, we'll go to the HTTP protocol itself. So how HTTP protocol works is that it always uh, put a request, then get a response, as I said in the initial phase. So there are certain so if it is requesting for something, then there must be, like, different ways you can request for different things. The first is get. Get method is used to request a document from the server. Request a document from the server. Then there is head. You request a document head, that is information regarding the document and not the document itself. Okay. Then comes the post method. Okay. In the post method, you send some information to the server. Okay. So it's like, when you are logging into to your social media account, you are posting the information like the ID and password to the server. That is the post method. Then uh, put method, like, when you when server sends a document uh, to the client. Okay. And then and there are, like, other methods as well, like trace and connect and options, but uh yeah, but this is like, this is not they are not much important to mm, use. Okay, so first we'll start with the get method. Get method is used to request for certain document. So what do you mean by document? Like, it can be the home page, it can be image or anything else. So we'll just look into that. What is a get method now? Let me share my laptop screen first. Okay, so this is my laptop screen, and if you go to view, then developer tools, you will be opened with this developer tool. So let me add just this. Yeah, so I did that, and this is laptop. Yeah, so this is clearing everything. So when I'm requesting for the Google's homepage, so it's a get method. So you are requesting for Google's homepage. So I'll go to google.com. Okay. So when you hit enter in the google.com, you get all these things just by hitting google.com. So let me, yeah, so I'll just clear all these things, and I'll go to my www.google.com. Okay. So this is the first thing that came in the, like, um, sequence. Like, this is the, so when you are looking into a network connection, and when you are hitting enter on google.com and you're getting the page, it means when you hit enter, you requested for Google's homepage, then Google made a connection with you, then sent over all those things towards you, like, and to the client, and you are getting all these things on your computer, on your browser, as a client. Okay. So um, I'll show you first. So when you get do a single click on this, so you can see it's a request. Like, there is a request URL, that is www.google.com, and the request method is get. So as I first told you, like, there are several methods in the there are several methods in the HTTP. The first one was the get, and get method is used to request for a document. And so then you can say uh, the remote address is this, and apart from that, there is a bunch of other stuff that is lying around here. Okay, and will not be yeah. So you can see here the request header. There is school.com and get, and what is the path? The path, that is the we also like learned about the path. So the URL structure, the last one is the path, and this is the home path that is identified by this only slash. If there were maps, there should be a maps after this slash. Okay, so these are all the things, information about Google. So if you go to the second part, and this is like so see, when you are requesting for the page, so it is giving you the uh, uh, yeah, it is giving you everything that is there in the page, but this was just the so HTTP was used to fetch the HTML document that is there. But if there is a special font that is there, it will also be fetched in a different connection. So as I said, once the connection is made, so it can request for multiple things and it will get multiple things. So this is the request for a font. So it is going to some other URL, and this is also a font, and this is a image. So this image of me here is a image that is uh, like obtained from this website, not the google.com. And so yeah, so all these things are like um, Google logo, then search box. Okay, and this is a lot of things, and this is this SVG are obtained from here, and all these things are obtained, and you can see that a lot of different things you are getting just by clicking this. And this is the image. So let me see if what happens if I go to this URL. Yeah, see, my photo is available in this URL, but I don't think you will be able to obtain this photo because this is my profile's photo. So yeah, so all these things have different paths and different URL, and it is coming in this method. Okay, and what if I yeah, so what if like yeah, so so this is a request. Okay, once the request is met, so I get something in return, right? So I'm getting my web page in return. So uh, so if what if so I got the web page in return, so that's why it's a, successful request and successful response. So that's why the status code, like the status of this request, is 200 okay. So there are a lot of status code to show that what is the like condition or the status of your request. So this one is okay, like that means you got the page back, that's why it is 200 okay. But there are some other status code as well. So when I'm discussing about the protocol, so protocol, I discussed 4 protocols, that is so the internet protocol is the HTTP is the protocol, and uh, in the protocol there are 3 things, that is request methods, status code. So a request method, like so this HTTP protocol request and get a response. So there are ways to get the request, there are ways to put the request, and there are 4 methods that I discussed: get, put, post, and what is the fourth one? I forgot. Get, put, head, and post. So this is the 4 methods, and there are several status codes to show that what is the status of your request. Like you put a get, you did a get request. What is the status? So the status code is okay. That means 200 okay. That means you got the page. Okay. So there is another status important status code, that is 301. So I'll show you that now how this things comes. So instead of going to the www.google.com, let me go to google.com alone. Okay, not the www.google.com, just the google.com. Okay, so let me first clear this network logs. Let me go to the google.com. only google.com. Sorry, I need to type google.com actually. Google.com. Yeah. So if you go to this google.com, so I initially requested for google.com, but what did I get in response? So it automatically is taking me to https://www.google.com. Okay. So even if I typed only google.com, it is taking me to www.google.com. So what happened to the google.com that I requested for? So you see, when I requested for https://google.com, the request method I'd get, like I requested for the google.com homepage, the status code was moved permanently. That is 301, right? So that is like it says this address is now moved permanently to a different address. So what you have seen is that there's something called tiny URL. So if you have used that tiny URL, mostly Instagram influencers use them that in the profile page to get links to their products and everything. So you see, there is a website, there is a link, there is a URL that maps to some other URL where you can go. So if you go to that URL, then it will show that this URL is permanently moved to this URL, and then you will go to the target URL. Similarly, here the google.com is permanently moved to www.google.com, and then it redirects you to the www.google.com. Then whose status is 200 OK, right? So this is the so the Google do not want people to show a blank page saying that google.com do not exist. So it's a marketing trick where you collect all sort of things people may type in the search box in the in this uh, browser box, and then redirect everything towards one server where everything can be found. Okay, so this is the 301 moved permanently status code. Okay, so there's the two important status code that I discussed. Next, I will discuss another method, that is head method. So for head method, I think I need to, yeah. So yeah, so for the get method, I can also show you here, like get, sorry, curl google.com. See, you can see the status code is 301 moved. Okay, so if I go to curl www.google.com, you can see a bunch of things. Yeah, so you get like you get the homepage in return. See, you get the homepage in return, but it is not showing the status code. It is showing the response. So curl is the just the get request. You get the response, get the output in the response. But in browser, like it was showing the header information as well. But if you want to see the header information as well, like the head request. So as I said, there are four things: get, head, put, and post. So if you see, if you go to curl hyphen I www.google.com, so it shows only the header information. So in the browser here, this is the header information. This is not the response. The response is here, this one that you got by typing curl www.google.com. But this is the response, and this is the preview, like the Google's preview. This is the preview. See, this is the preview without the image. Since the image is coming after this, so this doesn't have any logo, or doesn't have any image, doesn't have any logo. Here you are getting the image. Here you are getting the logo, Google logo. Here you are getting the search box, all differently, all separately. But here you don't have anything. Okay, and this is the response. That is the content of the HTTP. And but if you go to the header section, this is the header. To get the header, you have to type curl hyphen capital I, then your URL's name, then you will get the header with the status code and everything. So this is the status code of 200. Okay, you found the page. Okay, so this is all about the head option, the head request, and the get request. So what is put request? So put request is something when the server responsive. So this response is the put as a request. Sorry, the request method is a put, where the server put files. Uh, Server send files to your system. So this is the put request, where so put request is not. So this is the response is the put request, and it is sent with the put um, request method. Okay. So apart from that, there is another thing that is post. Post is when you get is when you are requesting for something. So it's a request thing. Post is something when you are posting something. Okay. So let me go to any social media, uh, facebook.com. Okay, so let me go where I can type my address. Yeah, so I can go here. Okay, so let me type my username and password. Okay, and when I put when I'm like uh, typing my username and password, I'm sending my username and password along with my request. So that's a put request. I hope this is a put request. Let me see. Yeah, see, sorry, it's a post request. So you are posting your information. Like you are posting your ID and password to the. Of course, the ID and password is like hidden, but you can you can see um, all these things in action. So you are posting a request. So you are posting some information. So you are requesting for the mail's web page, as well as you are posting some information that is post method, and also like so this is your login credentials are going. Your login credentials are going in post method, and this page altogether is requested using this get method, and along with that there are some css and stuff that is coming along with your post put method, sorry, along with the post method. So so this is the post method that is there. Okay, so this concludes your our discussion of you know our discussion of four um, http request methods, and I discussed about I did discussed two status code as well. That is 200 and 301, and I will now So I also I forgot to mention about. So yeah, so view developer tools. Yeah, let me go to facebook.com. So facebook.com, when I hit enter, so it is not allowing me to go to the Facebook web page. So you can see here it is 302, that is temporarily moved. So it is temporarily moved. When you type your ID and password, it will take you to the actual web page that you requested for. So if I go to my Facebook, you can see now it's at 200. Okay, so it was moved temporarily to the login page, and now it is all fine. Okay, so yeah, so this is all about the four request methods and the status code. And there is another status code that is 404 not found. So if I go to some random website.com, so this is not there. So if you go to the developer tools, and go to a random website that do not exist. So you see this code. Okay, so it is not there. So let me go to github.com. Yeah, in the github.com, you see it is 200. Okay, so if I go to github.com / my username, that is Sven Subrat, and I'll get my 200. Okay, but if I go to some username that doesn't exist, like some random username, and hit enter, you see the status code is 404 not found. That is, I cannot find anything in my server. So this is the path. So this is the URL. In the URL, this is the host and the port, and / this is the path. It's saying I cannot find anything like this. Find Subrat / in random thing also yield the same thing. It cannot find anything like that. Okay, so there is 404 not found. Yeah, so this concludes. So you can also see it here called www.github.com / thing. It is not giving me anything, but yeah, so you can go for header information here. Hyphen I. Yeah, so HTTPS. Yeah, it should be not found, but yeah, so this is showing more prominently, but yeah, it should be 404 not found. Anyway, so yeah, so if do you have any doubt regarding this session that we just took about HTTP status codes and request methods? If anyone have any doubt, they can ping in the chat now. Yeah, so you put on your doubt. So we'll take a short 5 to 7 minutes break. Then we'll go into the HTML, where we'll build a page. Let me open. Uh, yeah, so let me first create a folder here. So what is this course? Computer network and internet protocol. NIP, NPTEL, NIP. Yeah, so we will create an HTML file.
uh, and try to, you know, I will try to create a simple website to, um, demonstrate how this website things works, because it was covered in one of the lectures. So yeah, we'll do that after the break. So yeah, see you after 5-10 minutes. the break is over. So we'll start with the HTML part. So how many of you have done some sort of HTML on your site, like have developed website or and stuff? So you can ping in the chat if you have done any of the website development anytime. No? Okay. Yeah. So first, what you need to do is that you need to go to your system and create a file that names index.html. Okay. Okay. So when you go to the index.html, so you go to the index.html, so you create this piece of code. So I'll copy paste this piece of code in the chart window. If you want to follow along, you can follow that. Okay, so you copy paste this piece of code. What this piece of code tells is that, so in the first line, it says that this is the HTML document, to mark that it is a HTML document. Second is the languages will be English. And this is the device width, and the title will be document. So let's just change it to NPTEL session. Okay, and save it. So what I'll show you. So how to, and let me just write something in the. Let me just write something in the body. Hello everyone. This is week 2. Okay, I saved it. Okay, NPTEL course. Okay, so I saved it. Then I go to my find. Then I go to my file. Then I go to the location where I saved my project and double click it. So if you double click it, you will see the HTML page is opened. So, and the content is written, hello everyone, this is week 2 of NPTEL course. I can copy this actually and paste it in my, sorry. Yeah, I can copy this and paste it in my Chrome to see this index page. I don't know why it is not opening. Yeah, so it is opened. So you can double click your index.html and you can see all these things here. Okay, so yeah, so let me now change something here. Let me start adding like things, random things. Okay, and so you can see it is already reflected here. So in normal setting, you have to refresh it to get it reflected. But since I am using a server, so it is not reflected. So it is getting reflected as I add something. So if I add things like this, it will always be, or it will automatically refreshed and stored here. So you can enable this session, enable this feature, but I will not teach you about this. I will just, I'm just telling that how to create a website. Okay. So let me delete all these things and let me go to the course material. But things are covered in this HTML, and I'll and I will and I will do these things. Yeah. So as you see, so everything here is so it's not a programming language, it's a markup language. Markup language means, so you are specifying that this is the start of a section and this is the end of the section. And as you see, it is the start of the head. So start of anything is written in small letter, and the end of that thing is written in slash. That's the same thing. And then similarly, body is body, then slash body. So so if you see this title of NPTEL session, it goes here. The NPTEL session, here it goes, and the body, whatever you put in the body, it will come here. Okay. So yeah. So this is the page content. Okay, this is the page content. Okay, so this is the way to do the comment in this HTML page. Okay. So we are declaring the version of HTML and all these things. Let's just write about some of the. Then let's just look at some of the commands or the markup thing that is there. Okay. The first markup that we're going to learn is obviously the HTML. So HTML command start and HTML command close, everything will stay inside the HTML tag. HTML tag is divided into two parts. One is header, one is content. So header is started with head and end with slash head. Similarly, body start with body and end with slash body. Okay. So this is the two part of the HTML document, and the header, you see all this meta information about the device and all these things, but we'll not go into that now. So we'll first look at the title. So this is the title, and this is the end of title where it is shown here. And in the body, we're going to add content. Okay. So first we'll add the header of the page. So if there is a page, if there must be a header. So header is written by this h1 tag. So h1 is the biggest header, and if you go to h2, h3, and s4, s6, the size will reduced. Okay. So let me write h2 as well. H2. So when you use this sort of extension, it will automatically fill your thing. So h1, h2 is already done. So this is let me correct it to week 1 content. Okay. So as you can see, there is a header here, NPTEL session, and there is week 1. So if you go to week 1 and I have to write some content, it should goes in the paragraph. Okay. So there goes the paragraph, and paragraph says week 1 content goes here, and I can say weekend content will be like first it was your OSI model, then TCP/IP model, and network devices, network topologies, network protocols. Okay. Similarly, I can go to week 2, and in the week 2, I can again write my paragraphs, where my first will be we saw HTTP, then FTP, SMTP, HTML. Okay, so yeah, as you can see, it is nicely presented in this web page, that is OSI model and all this thing, and all this thing. And if I go ahead and create the with 3 content and add some random things like this and close the P, it should look like this. Okay, this is the paragraph tab. Okay, where you add paragraph. Then if I have to add some of the links here, so if I have to add a link here, like to learn HTML, so how will it look like? So this is done by the anchor tag. So it starts with A and ends with A. So all these tags have their own parameters. So anchor tag has a parameter href, or the hyper reference, that takes you to this link, and the text represented for this to go to this link is learn HTML, and you can see it is in blue color, and it is taking you to the link learn HTML. If you click here, it will take you to learn HTML page, and if you go back, it is taking you back to the page. Okay, so this is about the A tag. Yeah, so this is the A tag. Yeah, it's a tag, and let me also discuss. Yeah, so this is the A tag. You can explore more on this. So if you don't want to put this numbering at all, you want to do the listing with dots or anything, so you can do items. I think enumerate. Yeah. So when you enumerate, when you put the tag of enumerate, you will get this dot type thing where you don't have any numbers. So if you want to do the numbers, I guess. So yeah, so if you want to put the numbers, yeah, so except I mean, apart from enumerate, you can do UL, that stands for unordered list, that like unordered list. Also, you can, if you do it OL, or the ordered list, you'll get numbers. See, 1 2 3 4, and this looks nicer as well. So we'll convert everything to like this. So I'll just click on this thing and ordered list, and LISP, FTP, SMTP, 3. Stop here and do HTML. Yeah. Yeah. So it is by default. It is by default coming in the second tab. If you want to put it in the same line, you can just put it here and you're good to go. Yeah. Similarly, you can convert this to ordered list as well. Ordered list, and all these things can be command shift, option shift, yes, li. Okay. So this is the list part that I said. Next on the list is your image source tag. So we'll go to that. How to put an image in the web page. So I'll go to inserting image. Yeah. So you have to, in the image, you have to give the link of the image, the source of the image. You can give the link from your machine, like from your local machine, or you can give an internet address. So what I'll do is that I will get a link from my computer itself. So if I want to copy the path from here, and it is recent, so downloads, and what is the path? No, this is not. Get info. What is the path? More info. Comments. Open with. Let me go to that file from the command line and try to retrieve that. Yeah. Say date down. Okay. Copy it. Put in the path. Then slash ARTV. ARP. Spoofing. Google Nest Mini 1. There is space 1.png. It should be able to show the image. Interesting. Let me bring the image to this page. Okay, and copy path, or like just state dot slash this. Yeah, so we can see the image here. Let me. So you can also check. You can also give the height of 4. For PT, for CM. I think it is very little. 400. Yeah. When you put the height as 400, you are getting this image as an output. So yeah, so this is how you put the image. Let me change the name a bit, like add a T here, and it will not be able to retrieve the image. So there is an alternative text that says network topology. So an alternative text should be displayed when you cannot open the image. So it is showing network topology. So I just remove this T and you're good to go again. See, so image part is done. Then there's something called division. You can create different divisions inside your document, and you can serve different that will serve different purpose. Like if I say division like this, so it will create a division of network. Here this should go. Okay, and yeah, so it is coming in the division, and no, yeah, so it's just a division. So what happens is that if there's a division, you can put rules to it, like align, like you can align the division, and you can paint the background and everything else for this division. So I think it will go like back background color red. You can do red, that your background color will be red, so it doesn't look good, but black is black. So you can modify the background of a certain division. Let's keep it white, smoke. Okay, so it will come to it will it will be treated as a division, and enter. Yeah, so yeah, so you can add a bunch of different styling format to your division. So that's a division for you. So yeah, so these are the things that was discussed in the lecture. So I'll not discuss more on it. So if you have any questions regarding the discussion that we have today, so you can ping me now. Otherwise, we can close the session, and do you have any doubt? I'll wait for 2 minutes for everyone to jump in and ask me their doubt. Okay, so I think everyone, no one has doubt. So we'll stop the session now, and we'll see you next week.